So, ladies and gentlemen, that was Michael Sng. A big round of applause, please. We've seen Michael on video, and we thought it might be a little interesting to spice things up, and we decided to invite him over here. Big round of applause, Michael Sng. Hi, Michael.
Hey, that was a great example of how not to do a TED Talk.
You look spectacular.
Thank you.
No, I promised him I'll mention that in the show. So yes, thank you for coming to TEDxNTU 2017. Michael, you should take center stage. I'm rolling that off you. Michael, you spoke in Vancouver at the TED conference, and now you're here at NTU TEDx. How do you feel?
Great. I think it's a really great crowd, and so far, really good speakers this morning.
Absolutely, a big round of applause to everyone, including yourselves. So, Michael, you have not come here alone, have you?
I've not come here alone. I've brought stuff.
So that's the first project that you've worked on, codename Colossus.
So that was what I was building
a
few years ago, and in the last...
Come on, let's not take everything out, let's build the suspense a little bit there.
In the last 2 years, last year I launched a Kickstarter for a smaller one, because I think not everybody can have something like that fit in their living rooms, especially in tiny Singapore. So I built a smaller one and had it Kickstarted last year, and it was a successful Kickstarter. Coming end of this month, I've got another even smaller one, because our apartments get smaller.
This is recorded, right?
So I've made another even smaller one for this year.
So the first baby of yours over there, that's Colossus?
Well, they're all, the category of machines I consider them Colossus. So they're all different versions of it.
Okay, so Michael, when you transition into designing your pieces of work, so you spoke a little bit about what you did, and that was what the TED Talk was about. So let's take this to be present tense. Tell us a little bit more about what you do with this now. What you have done recently with this.
Right. I think the big part of changing from building a personal project, which I can spend lots of time and I'm in full control of the electronics and all the components, and transitioning that to manufacturing is a completely different thing, because I have to start to think about my retailers giving a warranty on the parts and things like that. And so one of the big things is I have to simplify, I have to streamline the processes, and of course the natural part of it is that I can make it in a smaller package, and it can be in a much more affordable price point, I guess. I think that's the main thing, because now I got to consider actually the realities of manufacturing.
All right. So we spoke about what you have done, what you have recently done, so let's take this to be a bit more present. Without giving too much away to the very intelligent people in the audience over here, what does the future entail for you?
I think one of the things I want to do is to keep making new toys, and of course there's the challenges of being a small player in the toy market. So one of the things I'm trying to start off right now is to build on the story of the world in which these vehicles exist in, and in true style of torturing myself, I decided to start doing a stop-motion animation in the old school way to build a story for my toys. I think part of the reason why I do this is well, it cannot be the money, because I've been spending a lot of money. And it is about learning new things all the time. And I find that if I'm not covering new ground, if I'm not doing something that I find difficult and I'm struggling with, it is probably not very worthwhile for me to spend that sort of time. But of course, that's also the hardest. That's also the hardest things to do.
All right. Okay. So this is not on the script, so we're going to do something a bit more candid over here. I wasn't referring to that. But we're going to take one member of the audience from the front over here just to get you to participate in the, and you know, this is a two-way dialogue, really. And we just want any one member to shout out a question that you might have for Michael. Just one person. Any show of hands for any questions in the audience over here in the front? Anyone over here? All right, absolutely. I heard a voice. Can you just show your hand? Can it fight?
Can it fight? Wow.
Well, I mean, Michael, before you utter your next words,
Yeah.
this is a live stream going on over here. So,
Well, yeah, I think one of the big challenges for having a business is liability. And yeah, I think I'll be really worried if I was killing children and people who are buying my toys. I need them to stay alive so they can buy the next toy.
it's been very good having you here,
you,
Michael.
thank you.
It's a wonderful TED Talk. We're very, very happy to have you here, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you,
Michael
guys.
Sng. Michael, are these going to walk themselves out, or are you going to need to carry them?
Yeah, I'm going to need help.
All right, guys, you just help him out over here. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a big round of applause, Michael Sng.